Welcome to the Airgun Show. This week I'm taking a look at a compact compressor that makes easy work of keeping your PCP topped up. But before that, I'm heading down to the farm to target corvids and collared doves. Right, we're back out on the farmyard today. Now, we've not been here for quite some time, but it's already looking quite promising. We've seen collared doves moving around, a couple of feral pigeons, also quite a few corvids that seem to be attracted by the maize silage they've got here. So I want to get started pretty quickly. Before I do though, a very quick run through the kit. The gun is the Zebroia Hortesia, which I used a few weeks ago when we were squirrel shooting from a hide. Sub 12 foot-pound. So it's a legal limit gun. It's very compact, 177 caliber. Now those compact proportions made it great for hide shooting back along, but I also think it's going to really come into its own shooting around the confines of the farm buildings. The scope I've got on here is the PAO Emerald SWAT, and it's the compact version. That's from the shooting party. Again, very nice, versatile scope. Being pretty compact, it really suits the proportions of this gun too. And as ever, I've got that held on with sports match mounts. So really good, solid setup, got plenty of faith in it. Already used it hunting, used it loads on the range. So fingers crossed, it will do the business for us today on the farm. Right, well the doves have actually been trying to pitch in constantly while I've been doing the chat about the kit. So before we start moving around, I'm just going to head across to the other side of this building because I think we may have a chance of an early shot. Well, I thought we were going to be in for some quick action, but that was even quicker than I'd expected. Collared dove there, flopped straight off the roof. Brilliant start. Right, a dove has just dropped in on a gate on the side of a barn where there's a load of feed stored. Far too far away for me to take the shot from here, but I'm just going to try and stalk in a bit closer. Hopefully I'll get within range. Well, there's another one. Heck of a lot of noise here from the milking machine, so I was pretty confident it wasn't going to hear me stalking in, as long as it didn't spot me. It didn't. That's our second dove of the session. Well, I had to put a second shot into that one. It's cleanly killed now. Unfortunately, it's stuck on the roof. But one stroke like that is a relatively low roof, so I'll better send Nicky up there on the ladder when we wrap up and he can bring that one down. After I picked up those doves, there were a lot of birds moving around and pitching on the roof where we shot the first dove from. So I moved back to the shed where we started. Been quite a long wait, though it did eventually yield that shot. But because it was such a long shot, I think what we'll do now is head around, have a bit of a wander around the rest of the farm and see what's happening. There's no point in staying in the same spot if there's not much going on, and this walkabout reveals something very interesting. It seems that there are a lot of pests concentrated on this side of the farm, and there's a ready-made place to ambush them from. Well, I've just put a heck of a lot of doves out from this, what I thought was an empty silage clamp. As I came around the corner, there are a few scraps of maize silage left in there, and that must be what those doves were on. Now, fortunately, I can see that the farmer's got a bit of a hide up here already. I know he often uses his shotgun to shoot crows here. Whether he's been shooting them or the collared doves, I don't know. But I think it's going to be well worth us settling into this hide for a while and seeing if some of those doves don't come back. Well, this is looking pretty luxurious. The farmer's obviously put a plastic garden seat in here, so it's pretty comfortable. A lot of cartridges on the deck though, which leads me to believe that the birds that are coming in here have seen a bit of shooting pressure, which I expect will make them pretty flighty. I also wish I had my camo head net, but we're pretty much in the shade here. There's a board over the top. It's not actually a bad hide, and also because it's been here for a while, I would assume that the birds here, and certainly from what I saw with those collared doves, they're taking it for granted. So we'll give it a go and see what happens. I've got the luxury of a ready-made hide, and it seems as though the farmyard pests are eager to return. A rook has swooped in and it's surveying the silage clamp from the apparent safety of the wall. It's moving its head, so I go for a heart and lung shot. This one takes a few seconds to expire, quite typical with heart and lung shots. Ah, there you go. Rook came in, pitched on the edge of the silage clamp, perfectly presented actually, because if they land on the deck here, I'm going to really struggle getting my muzzle clear of a pallet that's just tucked in front of the first hide net. So yeah. It's a bit breezy out there, so I took it with a chest shot. I hit it in the heart and lung area, dropped down, expired pretty quickly. So it looks like we made the right move settling into here. Up on the next clamp, mate. I thought that was a young crow when it came in, but I think it was a jackdaw. The corvids, despite the lack of food here, seem to be very keen to get in on it. Right, well, we're obviously pretty well concealed in here. Collared dove's landed on the deck. It can't be more than 30 feet away. I just can't get on it. There's just too much undergrowth, a lot of nettle stems in the way, but I'm going to leave it there in the hope that it will give other doves confidence to come and pitch in, hopefully somewhere where I can get a shot. Brilliant. I resisted the urge to shuffle around, try and get a shot at the dove that was on the ground, and as I hoped, it looked like it gave that one the confidence to come and pitch. Nicely presented. That's the first dove from this spot. The session is unfolding very nicely. There seem to be a lot of corvids around, but they are quite wary. I'm reluctant to try the farmer's dusty old crow decoys though, so I'll leave it to the silage to draw them in. Brilliant. Jackdaw off the top of the box there. Longest shot of the session, I think. That's got to be 35 metres. Flopped it straight down, hit it in the upper body, so it's heart and lung shot, but did the job. There's another dove. That one was pretty close. Probably about 20 metres, maybe a touch less. I would have kicked myself if I'd missed that. And the fact that these birds are coming in pretty confidently goes to show that we are certainly sufficiently hidden in behind this hide. Unfortunately, that's it for this ambush, because we need to make way for the farming activities. Right, we've had a brilliant little spell from the hide. Kit's performed fantastically, but unfortunately we're going to have to wrap it up now. It's milking time any moment, which means they're going to drive cattle along the track between our hide site and the silage clamp. It's going to wreck the sport. We probably won't be particularly safe here either, so that's our lot for now. I'm going to get over, pick up what we've had and head for home. A few welcome bonus shots from a handy ready-made hide there. And now, it's the Airgun Show news.
This is the Airgun Show news. Hunters and shooters are still being targeted for online abuse. A new survey has revealed that 62% of country sports fans have received bullying or harassment online. Respondents to the Countryside Alliance survey said people had had death threats against them, their children's pictures posted online, and emails and calls to their employers to try and lose them their jobs. An Alliance spokesperson said that the impact this kind of abuse has on individuals cannot be underestimated. Air Arms is now offering even better value for its customers. The product warranty on their airguns has been extended from 1 to 3 years. The warranty covers replacement parts and labour and return transportation. As long as you're the original buyer and have proof of purchase, it'll be valid for you. Air Arms MD Claire West said that this move was made to demonstrate the commitment we have towards our customers. If you're planning some squirrel control this autumn, you need to pick up the latest issue of Airgun Shooter. It's got a squirrel shooting masterclass from the Airgun Show's own Matt Manning, including baiting tactics, hunting stories from the field, and the best gear to pick for a squirrel stakeout. Plus, there are reviews of the Norica Hawk, BSA Defiant and Beretta M9A3 air pistol. And we find out how to win target championships with a £75 scope. Pick up Airgun Shooter in good newsagents or visit myfavouritemagazines.co.uk. And finally, we'll see you at the Midland Game Fair next weekend. As always, the Midland at Weston Park is set to be one of the biggest airgunning events of the year, with the World HFT Championships coming to the show, as well as a host of manufacturers and retailers in the Airgun Expo. Don't miss the chance to see Airgun Shooter magazine while you're there. Plus, we'll be roaming the aisles to bring you all the hottest news for the Airgun Show. That was the Airgun Show news.
We've got something very different on the bench this week. It's the AirForceOne AirRam Mark II portable PCP airgun compressor from the shooting party. There used to be a time when if you didn't live close to a business that offered a diving bottle filling facility, you were limited to using a manual pump for refilling pre-charged airguns. This piece of kit changes that. Priced at £699 delivered, it costs less than a lot of PCPs and only about twice the price of a decent diving bottle. That's extremely good value for a piece of kit which basically guarantees that you're never going to run out of air. And you could even club together with friends to make it even more affordable. Another great feature of this compressor is its portability. At 30 centimetres long and 20 centimetres high by about 17 centimetres wide, it takes up virtually no space in the boot of a car. It's equipped with a carry handle, and at around 15 kilos in weight, it's a comfortable lift. The air ram compressor is very easy to use, but there are a few simple steps you need to follow before you get going. First of all, you need to fill the sump with oil, and there's a window with a clearly marked gauge to ensure that you get it right. Once it's at the correct level, you then need to replace the original cap with the supplied breather valve. The unit is air and liquid cooled, and you need to attach the pump that takes care of the liquid cooling. All you have to do is attach the two clear pipes to the secure connectors on the compressor, and the other end of the top inlet pipe to the pump that supplies the water. The submersible pump then goes into a bowl of water. It's even got sucker feet to hold it in position. Then you put the other end of the outlet pipe into the bowl to create a circulating water supply for the cooling system. Also supplied is a quick connector hose, one end of which attaches to the compressor and the other of which fixes to the attachment that came supplied with your airgun. The hose is also equipped with a fibre filter unit. Spare filters are supplied, and it's recommended that you change them every 50 or so fills. It's a very simple job that requires no tools. Once your gun is connected, you need to tighten the bleed valve screws, and there's one on each side of the compressor. When that's done, you need to set the pressure, and the air ram can deliver anything up to 300 bar. Pressure is measured in MPa, one of which amounts to 10 bar. The default setting is 20 MPa or 200 bar, but you can set it to whatever you want by pressing the set button. Once you've got it to your desired pressure, press the start button to set off the compressor and it will fill your gun to your chosen pressure. The compressor stops when it reaches the set pressure. It's then simply a matter of draining the two bleed valves before you disconnect your gun and get on with the shooting. It took me less than 45 seconds to fill the Zebroia Hortesia from 100 bar to 200 bar. You can even buy an adapter to connect to a dive bottle for £19.99, though that's obviously going to take you significantly longer to fill. Apart from being very simple to use, the air ram compressor is also packed with safety features, and it carries the CE mark. It also has an overload feature, which means the actual fill will always be around 10 bar less than the pressure that you dialed in. The unit's temperature is displayed on the screen, and it's recommended that you switch off and allow it to cool down if it exceeds 70 degrees C. The shooting party provides a full support service and has produced a detailed instructional video. The compressor comes supplied with a manual and all required accessories, plus numerous spares for home servicing. It really is a very comprehensive package. The AirForceOne AirRam Mark II compressor even comes with a 12-month parts and labour warranty. It's a brilliant piece of kit which provides a portable, reliable and relatively quiet means of supplying compressed air for pre-charged airguns. I can see it appealing to clubs as well as individual shooters who want their own air supply.
Look out for the new and improved Airgun Shooter magazine, packed full of technique, gear and insight from some of the best shooters in the industry. Brand new look and free video content. Pick up your copy today in stores or online.
That's all for this week, but we'll be back again in a fortnight. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And if you aren't already a member of the BASC, have a look at their website and check out the benefits you could be taking advantage of through Airgun membership.